Cue the applause and let the celebration begin. The Scary Spirits podcast has reached our 1-year anniversary. Can you believe it? We can't. Oh, how time flies when you're having fun. We have watched and talked about 51 movies and discovered just as many new cocktails. Some good, some not so good, but all of them entertaining, and most of them delicious. Join us now for a retrospective and look back with Greg and myself as we reminisce about our favorite and not so favorite podcast moments. Cheers.
Welcome to the Scary Spirits podcast. Please be advised that the presenters may use adult language and or discuss adult situations. This podcast is not intended for younger listeners or those that may be easily offended. So, if you're ready, let's go.
Hi, I'm Greg.
Hi, I'm Karen.
And welcome to a very special edition of the Scary Spirits podcast, the podcast that combines the two very different but highly compatible worlds of scary films and alcoholic spirits.
What could possibly go wrong?
Indeed. How are you, Karen?
I'm fantastic. How are you, Greg?
I'm good.
Well, you should be. It is a very special episode this week.
A very special episode, yes. This episode is episode 52, which means once this one's over, we've done a year's worth of episodes. Correct, Karen?
Yes, we have. We've already walked the red carpet, and now we're in our stations ready to go.
Sure we have.
I'm out of my ball gown. Greg's out of his tux. We're ready to sit down and get into it.
Out of my powder blue tux with ruffles.
Yes. Quite fetching, actually.
With my white patent leather shoes with the high heels.
Well, a little bit of height never hurt anyone.
All right, Karen. So this is our 1-year anniversary special, correct?
I hope so. That's what I'm planning.
So we have no movie, correct? We're not doing a movie?
We are not doing a movie.
It's kind of a retrospective kind of thing. Is that what we're doing?
That's the plan.
Do we have cocktails, Karen?
Well, I have a cocktail.
I do too. What's your cocktail, Karen? What cocktail have you chosen to drink this very special evening?
I have chosen the vampire bat.
The vampire bat. That's going way, way back, I think, Karen.
Yes, it is.
What episode was that?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I think it was Fright Night.
The vampire bat, you think?
I don't know. Am I getting busted already?
I don't know. We did episode 4 we did a movie called The Vampire Bat. You think we did it that?
I thought we did Vampire
Oh,
Bite.
no, we did Bat's Brew that week.
Oh, Bat's Brew. Okay.
The Vampire Bat. You think it's what?
I thought it was Fright Night.
That was episode 21. That was a long time ago, Karen.
About halfway through.
Yep.
I thought it was, but it might not be.
Vampire Bite.
Yeah. The Vampire Bite. Yes.
Yes, Karen. Vampire Bite was episode 21, Fright Night.
Woohoo. What are you drinking?
Karen, I am drinking a Shark Lady cocktail.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Which goes back to episode 12, Shark Week.
You went way further back than I did.
When we did the film Bait. Would you like to tell people what's in your cocktail, Karen?
My cocktail has 7-Up, vodka, and a couple of drops of cherry flavoring. Yours is much more complicated. Are you going to tell them what's in
any special way you need to make that drink, or just combine all the ingredients? And
you just combine them and stir.
Well, mine's not that much more complicated. Shark Lady has 1.5 ounces of coconut rum, a half an ounce of blue curacao, And then equal parts pineapple juice and sour mix.
It's true. It's a good one.
And for my parts, Karen, I used 1.5 ounces.
Ooh. Yeah, mine's not very strong. It's only got 1.5 ounces of vodka in it.
Karen, I used 1.5 ounces of pineapple juice and sour mix. I don't think that's.
But you have 3
There's
ounces.
no alcohol.
Oh,
no, I have 2 ounces of alcohol.
Okay.
And
I guess
I have gummy sharks swimming on the top. 2 of
fancy.
them. 2 of them chasing each other.
I hope there's not a fight.
Karen, was that your
surprised
favorite?
you chose that with your fear of sharks. It's an interesting choice.
Well, I control what I fear, right? So.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll see you at the beach.
Karen, is that your favorite cocktail we did in the past year?
No, it's not.
So what was your favorite cocktail?
Well, my favorite cocktail it's between 2.
Yes.
The Drunken Monkey, which was our very first cocktail.
Okay.
Or the Shark Lady, which you chose. But I think the Drunken Monkey edges it out. That was a good one.
Do?
Yeah, I really liked it. Maybe it was because it was our first one. I don't know. It was very tasty.
Was it?
You don't remember it?
Drunken Monkey? Of course I do. It had pineapple, orange juice, blend, coconut rum, spiced rum, bitters, nutmeg, maraschino cherries and juices, lime juices, and pineapple wedges. It sounds good.
I really liked it. That was my favorite.
You would think there'd be some banana in there somewhere, but there was not, was there? Drunken Monkey.
I agree.
Okay.
Is Shark Lady your favorite?
Shark Lady was my favorite.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That's why I made it tonight for this very, very special episode, Karen.
So how are we going to do this retrospective?
Oh, no, I'm leaving it to you, Karen. You're driving.
Oh, I am?
Yes, you are.
Well, that would have been good to know before we started. We haven't talked to each other about this much, but we've got a list of questions that are kind of going to go back over the episodes.
Yes, we have a list of questions that Karen compiled and sent me.
Yes. We haven't talked about our answers.
No.
But we're going to go through them. We already did one, which was our favorite drink.
Yes.
That was very exciting.
You want to go on the worst drink?
Sure, we can stay consistent.
No, I'm just
no, that's a good idea.
Go
so
on.
what drink will you never drink again?
What drink will I never drink again, Karen? Is that what you're asking?
That's what I'm asking.
The drink I will never drink again is the Camp Crystal Lake cocktail.
That one was pretty bitter. I will say.
Yes.
That was from the Friday the 13th episode.
It was. And it included the Campari.
No offense to anyone who enjoys these drinks that we didn't care for. Everybody has their special blends that they like. So if you like the drinks that we don't like, it's okay. We always say you do you.
It was Campari, sparkling wine, honey, and red food coloring. I probably could have made it better with a lot more honey.
Well, the honey was just a drip on the sides.
I know.
It was a bitter drink. That one was tough, but that's not the worst one. I don't think.
Well,
it was a close second to the most recent or one of the most recent drinks we had called the Beatnik cocktail.
The Beatnik, which has another bitter Italian liqueur in it. Correct?
Yeah, I really didn't like that one.
Yes, the Beatnik had Amaro, Tawny Port, bourbon. Well, it had bourbon in it, Karen. You like bourbon.
Yeah, but it was terrible. Again, no offense to anyone who enjoyed it, but it was not for me.
Okay. Me either. I don't do like bitter.
I guess that's what we've discovered. We're not bitter people.
Yeah.
Thank
you, Italian bitters.
Okay, so we're going to go through some questions in no particular order. And like I said, we haven't discussed the answers. So we're going to see how this goes. All right, you ready?
I don't know. What do I win?
Time with me.
Excellent. Go on.
It's your punishment and your prize.
I know, right?
Okay, so at this point, we've done 51 movies.
Yes, we have.
What would you say was the best movie we've done?
See, that's probably the hardest question, right? I think. Well, the best movie we've done. most of these, like probably, I don't know what do we say, 45 of these I've never seen, maybe, right?
Yeah, we did a lot that neither one of us had seen.
But the ones I have seen, I'm probably partial to. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
My favorite is Trick or Treat. So
Oh, of course. That is your favorite.
it is my
but you
favorite.
think that's your favorite, but is that the best movie that we've seen?
Yes, I would say it is. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
my favorite
that's
film
your final answer.
Yeah, my favorite film has not changed in
Okay.
the past year. Even though I've seen Trick or Treat many times because it's my favorite Halloween movie, it remains my favorite Halloween movie, which
Most of the movies we've watched could be considered Halloween movies, I guess.
be.
Well, not really, but horror movies for sure.
I mean, okay, so of the ones I hadn't seen, you want me to give me my favorite of the ones I had not seen?
Sure.
Wow, that's even tougher because I feel like I really liked A Christmas Horror Story. I really liked Anna and the Apocalypse. I really liked Werewolf of London. I liked Ready or Not. So, wow.
You must choose.
My favorite film of the ones I hadn't seen that we have covered. Of course, there's The Brain That Wouldn't Die, Karen.
That's always in the running.
I'm gonna say A Christmas Horror Story, I think. My favorite film that I had not seen that we have done. What about you, Karen?
Well, I think the best movie that we watched.
That's not what I asked.
No, that's what I asked you, though.
The best movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said favorite.
The best movie that we watched was Psycho, I think.
Well, yeah, it was the best, but is it my favorite?
Well, that's not what I asked you. I asked you what the best one was.
Okay, Karen, what was your favorite film that we watched? Favorite.
That I'd seen before?
Or
probably,
just all of them. Out of all of them, what was your favorite film?
I still like Lost Boys. And I like Dracula. Those are my favorites, I think.
Okay. But of course you've seen those before.
Yes.
Right?
The favorites that
so your favorite
seen,
that you had not seen until we started doing this little horse and pony show, Karen.
Might be Anna and the Apocalypse.
Yeah, I was thinking of that. I did like that one.
So I already know the answer to this one from you, I think.
Okay.
What was the worst movie that we watched?
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
No hesitation on my part there, Karen.
Although I'm going to throw the ape in there too.
The ape was fine.
No, I didn't like that one. But I agree with you. The Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, it didn't age well. It was just bad all around. It was supposed to be so bad it was good, but I didn't get that impression from it. All right, now I'm going to ask you, what do you think the scariest film we watched was?
The scariest film. Wow. So that's a hard one. None of these films really scared me.
That's true. But was there a concept that scared you? Like a story because none of them scared you. I get that. But is there one that...
You mean like one that might have had sharks?
Yeah, kind of.
Is that where you're going, Karen?
Possibly. If you were in the situation in the movie, where would you have been most afraid? Would it have been in Bait?
Yeah, Bait. Yes, Karen. Looking back at all the films, Bait, if I was in that film, would have scared me the most.
in real life, yes, if you were in that film.
Yes. What about you, Karen?
So I have kind of two. One is Evil Dead. If I was stuck in a cabin and my friends were turning into demons, that would be pretty scary. But I also thought Nightmare on Elm Street was scary not because the film itself was scary, but because he could get you in your sleep.
Everybody dreams.
Right. Everybody has to sleep eventually. So that one kind of stuck with me a little bit, the concept of it.
Yes, I can see that. But A Nightmare on Elm Street's not even my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street film. So,
well, I've only seen the one. So,
yes.
But the concept I thought was scary.
Okay, I can see that.
And relying on Johnny Depp to wake me up or keep me awake when he falls asleep.
But
It's pretty scary.
Johnny Depp always brings the popcorn.
He does. Still does. All right, this one's going to stump you. Are you ready?
Stump me?
Yes. Which film had the best fashion, Greg?
The best fashion?
Yeah.
I'm going with Lost Boys. That's not even
me
a
too.
no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. How's that going to stump me?
I guess, but I would say that's true. I
Karen,
enjoyed the fashion.
We're both children of the 80s or 70s and 80s.
The fashion of the
90s.
Vampires in that movie, not the rest of the cast, but the vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for elegance, Dracula was amazing with the gowns and the shoes and all of that, which you wouldn't have noticed, but I did.
I don't care, but I don't know. The Lost Boys were fucking hot looking. That's all I know.
I know. No argument here.
I want it to be them.
I would still dress like that. 100%. I would dress like that. I probably do sometimes with the right concert.
You might, Karen.
I might. This one we're probably going to have the same too. Which movie has the best soundtrack?
Well, duh. That's Maximum Overdrive.
Yes, it is.
And those that don't know, because you haven't listened.
Shame.
The soundtrack is by AC/DC. So go back and listen and watch the film, Maximum Overdrive, right? AC/DC
Speaking
soundtrack.
Which was that? I think it's the same one. Who sings the song, the convoy song?
C.W. McCall, Karen.
He died today.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Today, when we're recording this.
When we're recording this, yes. I didn't know that.
R.I.P.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Well, I've been doing thirsty work all day, Karen, so I haven't been keeping up with current events.
But it just ties in with Maximum Overdrive. Another reason it's got the best soundtrack.
Yeah. Did you ever go to the used record store and pick up your 45 vinyl of Convoy by C.W. McCall? Karen?
I have not. And now it's going to be more expensive.
I know. Now
I dicked around and now look.
I know.
It's going to cost me more.
He gone. He ain't going to be making me no more records, Karen. Just saying.
Okay, moving on. Who's your
Yep.
favorite villain from the movies that we've watched?
My favorite villain. That's a hard one. That's very hard. I'm not sure all of our movies have. I guess they have
They sort of do.
villains in a way, right? I mean, is there a villain in Trick or Treat? Really? Is there?
But
There's
Probably
several.
not.
There is several, I guess.
sort of. There are. You want me to go first while you're thinking?
Yes, go first.
Because I kind of knew right off the bat. Mine's Mr. Dark.
Oh,
I think that, coming in and offering what you really, really, really want could be very enticing.
And that's from episode 18, Something Wicked This Way Comes. Correct, Karen?
Correct.
That's a good one. That's a very good one.
I think he's a sly. It could get you pretty easily
I like
without
that one.
you taking the time to think of the consequences. I think he's very treacherous.
He might be the favorite villain I love.
I'm not going to ask you why.
Oh, man. Favorite villain. Let's see. I'm going to go. All right, Karen, I'm going to go with Norman Bates.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Pretty self-explanatory, too. Don't really need to explain that one.
I don't need to go any farther, do I?
No, that's a good one.
And his wiggle.
He did have a wiggle going up the stairs. What movie pleasantly surprised you that you didn't think was going to be good necessarily, but you really enjoyed it?
I think I'm going to go Dementia 13 on that one, Karen, all the way back to episode 2.
Wow. Wait, you just like the girl in that one. What was her name?
I don't know.
In the tight sweater.
She was a Hitchcock blonde, wasn't she?
She was, that's for sure.
Don't I have a thing for that?
That's when we found out you did have a thing for Hitchcock blondes.
What was her name?
It was a weird, not Skylar. What was it? She was a good Hitchcock blonde. Icy, beautiful, treacherous, calculating. Kane.
Cain in her sheer nightgown walking through the
Yes, it was
catacombs.
Cain.
Yes.
Yeah, you did have a thing. A lot of the early films we watched had sheer nightgowns in them, which you appreciated.
So I didn't pick them all, did I?
No,
With the sheer nightgowns. Well, okay. Well, yes, Cain was walking around
but we've
in the
learned things as we've
catacombs
gone along.
in
See,
her
we know you
sheer
like.
nightgown and her panties, barefoot, following
Yes.
John.
Who was in a turtleneck and
Yeah, he's fully clothed with shoes and everything, but whatever.
yeah, whatever.
Yes, Cain.
But you like Hitchcock blondes and sheer nightgowns.
Well,
We
who
learn
doesn't,
things about each
Karen?
other. That's true.
All right, Karen, next question.
Well, I'll answer it first. The movie that pleasantly surprised me, I have a couple. I have House on Haunted
Oh,
Hill
yes, that's right.
was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I don't know if it was the acting or it drew me in. I was impressed with that one.
What's
And I
got
also
Vincent
really
Price in
liked-
it, Karen. Of
I
course.
know. I think that's probably why. And the creature from the Black Lagoon was a lot better than I thought it was going to be too. I'd never seen it before. So
Well, I had, so I knew all
and I
about it.
usually go, if I'm going to watch a Universal film, it's going to be Dracula or Frankenstein. So I'd never ventured out from that. So that was a pleasant surprise to me. All right. Tell me what movie disappointed you. Not Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. That was just bad.
So
But what
something
movie?
I thought would be good and wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Plan 9 from Outer Space, Karen.
But did you think that was going to be good?
I had no idea. I knew it was a cult classic, so I thought there was something special about it, right?
Yeah.
But is there?
I enjoyed Plan 9. I know that you didn't, but I enjoyed it. That's one that definitely for me fit the so bad it's good.
No, it just sucks. It's not even so bad it's good. It's terrible.
Well, I went in a different direction.
Terrible. All right.
The
go
movie
on.
that disappointed me, which I thought was going to be really good, was The Bride of Frankenstein. I had
that's
really
good.
high hopes for that. I thought that was going to be a really good movie, and it was okay, but it disappointed me. I thought it would be better. That
Yeah.
and The Blob. Didn't you think The Blob was disappointing? Or did
it
you
was
think
what
it
I
was-
expected it to be?
Oh, I thought it was going to be better. It had Steve McQueen in it. I thought it was going to be a lot better.
That was
But
his
The
first
Bride of
film.
Frankenstein was the one that really,
Yeah, Bride of Frankenstein. That's a good one.
because it was hyped up so much. And then
And she's
I
only in
just
it
didn't.
for a minute, right?
Yeah, less than 5 minutes or something.
A minute, literally.
If you follow us on social media,
And if you don't, you should be.
yes, exactly. But every Tuesday, we pull out a quote from the upcoming episode that airs on Wednesday as kind of our favorite quote. Well,
Well,
Greg pulls them out, to be honest.
So it's
He
my
finds,
it
it's
might
his
be
favorite.
my favorite quote.
But my question now to you, Greg, is what is your favorite Tuesday quote that you've pulled out?
Or it might not be my favorite quote. I try to pick something funny, but not necessarily the best thing in the episode. You know what I mean? So it may or may not be.
So, okay, so that's true, but we're going to pick from your favorite Tuesday quote, which we post every Tuesday in social media,
Okay. So
which is
Tuesday
on Instagram, Facebook.
okay, so the Tuesday quote I think is my favorite is from episode 12, Karen.
Episode 12.
Bait.
Bait. Okay. I was going to say that's the one you're drinking from. So what's the quote?
Yes. Would you like me to play it for you?
Yes, please play it.
Here we go. Well, I am scared of sharks.
You're afeared.
I am feared of sharks. See, when I was 9 years old, Karen, I went to the movie theater and saw Jaws, and it traumatized me for life, you might say.
I was scared to swim in the swimming pool after I saw
Yeah, me
Jaws
too.
when I was 9.
Yeah, me too.
I thought it was going to come up through the drain
Yeah.
in the bottom and get me.
Yeah, me too. The first thing I did when I jumped in the pool, I put my little goggles on and I swam down to the bottom, looking in every corner, and all so there wasn't no sharks in there hiding.
In the clear pool water.
Yeah.
No 12 footers in there.
No. And, thankfully I've survived. So I must have been doing something right.
Wow, that one really shows our intelligence.
Yeah, but we were 9 years old.
I think by 9, we probably should have known there weren't going to be great whites in the pool.
Legitimately scared, Karen. I was legitimately scared.
Me too. I wouldn't have said it if I
in the pool.
I agree. I'm 100% on board with that one.
Hello, boys and girls. Doing a podcast can be thirsty work. Lucky for you, we have all our drink recipes on our website, scaryspirits.com. And if you want to see how each drink is made, hit up our YouTube channel, Scary Spirits Podcast, and watch me play bartender. I show you how to make every themed drink. Now, back to the show.
What about you, Karen?
My favorite Tuesday quote is from episode number 18, which is "Something Wicked This Way Comes." And it talks about our young childhood school days. Can you pull that one up?
Yes, let's have a listen.
Were you ever busted for whispering when you were in school?
I don't think so.
Talked too much. Doesn't use time wisely.
Yes. Has problems keeping his hands to himself.
Yes.
Believe it or not, does not play well with others.
What?
Yeah, that was early.
Runs with scissors.
Has the mark of the beast upon his forehead.
Yeah. They might have noted that in Catholic school. Yes, they would have noted that in Catholic school. That still applies.
I'll keep that in mind for my grandchildren. I'll warn them.
Bangs.
Or don't go to Catholic school. How about that?
Well, that's true. Public school might even have noticed that one.
Nah.
No, you don't think so?
Nah.
You be you.
All right. What's next on your questionnaire, Karen?
So that's all I have about the movies we've watched, but I've got a couple of questions about the podcast in general.
Okay.
We're newbies, even though we've been doing this a year now.
We're not newbies.
We started
anymore.
off for sure as newbies. We didn't really know how to do this, what to do. So we're kind of just
what is it? What do I do?
Learning as we go. So I'm going to ask you, what about making a podcast is harder than you thought it would be?
Everything other than the podcast. So we should say that I do all the editing, right? We split up our tasks, correct?
Well, sort of. You do all the editing.
I couldn't do it
harder.
by myself. Like you handle all the kind of promotion stuff, right?
I try.
Yeah. So it's everything other than recording the podcast. That's the hardest part.
I agree.
Sitting here and talking to each other is easy, right?
Well, that's the next question. But yeah, getting people to like and listen and all of that, I think, is the hardest part. And I know our podcast is kind of a niche. It's not for everyone, but we do have hardcore followers, which we appreciate. But it's hard to get people to interact at all, to email, to like, to leave reviews. I thought getting reviews and things would be a lot easier. And it's very difficult. At least I haven't cracked that code yet, and I thought that would be easier than it was, which leads to the next question. What about making the podcast is easier than you thought it would be?
This part right here.
Yeah, the talk. It's easy to talk. Sometimes we talk over each other. We get too excited. It's kind of nice. We have a similar background. We didn't really grow up together, but we grew up at the same time in the same area. So we have things that we can talk about together.
Similar experiences, even though not together.
Even though I'm way older.
Way older.
Oh
my God.
Way older. We went to the same schools and we knew some of the same people.
A couple of the same schools.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you didn't get to go to the Catholic school because you had the mark of the beast on your forehead. That makes it difficult.
Thank the unlord. Thank the Dark Lord. I did not get to go to Catholic schools. So you started going to public school in high school? Just high school?
Ninth grade. Yeah. junior high for us, but high school. No,
Well,
no, it was 8 and 9 when we
yeah,
were
you did 1 year in junior high and then went to high school, right?
Yeah, it was harder than you would think.
Oh, I imagine so, especially if you're going 1 year in junior high and then going to high school. If you had 8th and 9th, maybe in public schools,
I mean, I knew some people because, from my neighborhood were there.
Yes.
But the first time an adult walked in the room and I stood up, that was embarrassing. You learned things. You don't stand up in public school to give your answer. You don't stand up when an adult walks in the room. You learn things,
Yeah.
So we just said that Greg edits the podcast. So trust me when I say he makes it sound so much better than it does in the, what would you call them? The raw file.
Yeah, the unedited version, Karen.
Yes. So I don't know if you have any. Can you play some bloopers and let people know what you have to deal with?
Do I have some bloopers?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
I mean, I know most of the time we just go from one end right to the other without you having to pull much out. But every once in a while we fuck up. Do you have any of those things?
Yeah,
Save?
Let's see if let me play something here. Let's see.
And they better not all be me either.
What?
Most of them are probably.
What did you say?
I said they better not all be me.
Oh, okay.
I screw up a lot. Yeah, she asks, balls. She asks, oh my God, balls. She asks if David is Oh my God. Okay. She asks if David is Portuguese because he's a real toughie. We should probably explain one part
we should
of that.
explain balls, Karen. Go on.
When we screw up, we say balls so that when Greg is listening to edit, he has a point where he knows we're going to repeat what we said.
Yeah, if I didn't already notice. Yes.
Well, yeah, that was pretty obvious. Sometimes it's a lot harder to speak fluently than you might think. I have a whole new respect for talk show hosts and newscasters. I will say that. Especially, well, they're not drinking though.
No, they're not. I have another one, Karen. No, Karen, I have another one.
Okay. Tell me you have another one.
Yes, I do. Here, listen to this.
God, you scared me. What do you don't sneak up on me when I watch scary movies. Jesus Christ. Holy crap. Jackson, what do you need? I don't even remember that one.
Yes. So that clip features your son, Jackson.
Yes. Who obviously came up behind me to ask me a question during Evil Dead or something. Probably put his hand on my shoulder. That shows some excellent parenting on my part. Thanks, Greg. That's good momming right there. God.
I have to play one more involving you, Karen.
Wait, what?
I have to play one more involving you.
See,
this isn't so much a blooper as it is stuff I cut out for time. You know what I mean?
No, so it's probably just embarrassing.
I don't know. We'll see. This is from the Friday the 13th episode, Karen. I've called it Karen Goes to Camp.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
But right after I saw this movie, I went with my friend Emily to their cabin on a lake in Kentucky, in Falmouth, Kentucky. And I walk into the bedroom and it's bunk beds. I was like, I would not sleep on the bottom. Although if you think about it, the top one would be the one that they could actually stick the arrow through, but I wouldn't sleep on the bottom. I thought it was an impressive kill. I thought it had it wasn't just a knife. It wasn't, it was creative.
It was visceral.
Yeah. And I think it played into that psychology of something being under your bed. Anyway, it was fun on the lake, but I didn't like the nights. Traumatized. I can't believe you cut that out.
I know that featured John, right?
I know.
I heard his voice.
Plus, that was just, who wouldn't like that story?
I know. Well, it was a good story, but in the saving time.
Ended up on the cutting room floor.
Yep, cutting room floor.
So really, you only did me?
No, I have one for me too. If you like to hear
One.
it,
You have one?
would you like? Or we can just skip it if you like.
I think the
Would you
listener would be very disappointed if you did that.
Would you like to hear it?
Absolutely.
Okay. Here's a blooper featuring me. Well, and it features you quite a bit too. Here we go.
Great.
Hi, I'm Greg,
And I'm Karen.
and welcome to the spare shit. Fuck shit. God damn it, motherfucking cocksucking bastard.
You sound like, you know what? This will mean nothing to you, but what you just said. When we would had to pour these gels in graduate school, acrylamide gels. And before they had sequencing machines, you had to do it manually. And I was a newbie in the lab. I worked they called it a student helper while I was still in college, my last year of college. And my PI, the professor, you had to put the combs in one way so it was flat, and then you turned them over, and then they made these little ridges to put everything in. It doesn't matter. You pulled it, but sometimes you'd pull it out and they would leak and you couldn't use it. And that's exactly what he said when he pulled it out. And I was like, whoa. Because here I'm trying to be all professional, and he just, that same goddamn motherfucker, cocksucking son of a bitch or something. I was like, holy, okay. Welcome to the adult world.
Yeah, I say that all the time.
Sorry, it just brought back a very vivid memory. Okay, sorry, wasted your time. Balls.
Are you ready?
Yep. Yes, folks, that's the one time Greg screwed up.
I have another one if you really like to hear one.
I would, unless it's me again.
No, it's me.
Okay, then please proceed.
One more of my bloopers. Here we go. So next, Loomis calls the Haddonfield sheriff, and he warms them up to Michael coming.
Yes, he does warm them up. Loomis finds. So he's on a road.
Stop. I gotta say this. He warns them that Michael is coming. So there was my two screw ups, Karen.
Yes, only two.
Yeah.
So it's not as easy as you think. We did say that talking was the easiest part, which it absolutely is. But
I have another one, Karen.
Oh, good.
Do we have time? Do you think we have time for another one?
I think we have time.
All right, here we go. We also have a cocktail for this drink, or shit balls, motherfuckers. We also have a cocktail for this film. Fuck.
Okay.
There we go. Those were the.
So you can see how much effort Greg puts in to make these sound so much better than they are. I hope we're getting better over time, but it's hard to say.
I think we are.
I hope so.
I think we are.
All right. That leads me to the next question, because
Yes.
you're the editor and I already know the answer to the question that I'm going to ask you. But what words or word does Karen say way too often?
What word or words? Words?
Yes.
So Karen's words are so and you know.
Yep. I say those all the
So.
time. He has to cut them out. I say
So.
them so often.
Yeah. So
And in the beginning, I also would say, I'm just going to throw that out there. When I would listen back to the podcast, I would hear myself say that. So we try to work on.
I don't think I ever cut those out though.
You didn't. That's how I heard them.
I cut
But
out
we
all
try
the
to work
so's
on,
and
you know,
so you knows.
trying to think about not saying those words, but it still happens.
Yeah.
It's my vernacular. It's how I speak. So it's hard.
It
See,
is.
there it is.
When we're
It's
talking
hard
on
for
the
me not
phone,
to.
you say so all the time. And
I
all
do.
that. It's just your normal speaking.
But I'm trying to
When
make
we
it
first
less.
started, I said a lot. And after editing it, I quickly learned to not say it anymore. So but I do say, what Karen, what word would you say I say the most, Karen?
I think that might be Karen.
Karen, you think that's what it is? Karen?
Yeah, I heard there might be a drinking game involved with that.
Yes, if you listen to the podcast and take a drink every time I say the word Karen, you'll probably
You
end up
might be a
trashed.
little, yes, might be a little tipsy by the end.
But when I'm editing it, I think it sounds funny, so I don't take it out.
Well, sometimes it's you making fun of me too.
Well, sometimes it is.
So it kind of needs to be in there.
Yeah, Karen.
I
You
try
have
not
that-
to take it personally.
You have that name, right, Karen?
Yeah, I'm a Karen. Look out.
You know, it wasn't a
I-
thing until recently. Now it's a thing, so I have to.
It's
leave
been
it
a
in,
thing
right?
for a while.
Has it?
Yeah. I'm going to talk to the manager about this
What's the
podcast.
guy name thing?
I don't know what the guy version of that is.
Kenneth,
Maybe
Gary. I don't know.
Greg. That's just a guess. I don't know.
No, I don't think it's Greg.
You know, yeah, you
But,
probably never
yeah.
talked to the manager.
My name's not popular like that.
Well, my name's not going to be popular after this.
No, I mean,
There will be no Karens in 20 years.
I don't know. It might be.
Well, maybe some people are proud they talked to the manager.
Yes. Any more questions, Karen? We covered
that's the end.
Tuesdays, right? We covered the quotes.
Yeah, we did.
I played them both.
Yeah.
Okay. Bloopers I covered. Yeah.
So what do you think? We finished a year. Are we going to try another year? Oh, there's a
Well,
dramatic pause there. I was expecting a yes. Am I
Well-
not getting a yes? Wow.
Well, that's what they say. You should give it 2 years and
Well, I thought you'd want to do it just because you were having
reevaluate
fun.
where you're at.
I want to talk to the manager.
Karen, I wouldn't do this for 1 year if I didn't enjoy it. So
No, but I think it's kind of been, as we like to say, we've been broadening our horizons. There's a lot of movies that we've watched that I always felt like I should watch, and I just never did it. And I think it's, I don't know, kind of cool that we're watching them now, especially the old B movies. How could I have never seen The Creature from the Black Lagoon or Attack of the 50-Foot Woman or The Blob?
or Dementia 13.
Well, House on Haunted Hill, or, you know, there's,
I've never seen The Brain That Wouldn't Die, Karen.
I still like it, but that's a sentimental one for me.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever.
You'd seen it hundreds of times, probably.
No, I've probably seen it 10 times, but I've
Okay.
seen it many times.
I never saw Psycho.
I know, me either. It's almost embarrassing. Really. I've learned a lot about social media, you know, making posts and scheduling posts. I've learned a lot about you doing these, you know, different things that you like and don't like. It's been fun and it's been eye-opening in a lot of ways, I think.
Would you say educational, Karen?
Well, I don't know if it's really been educational, although, oh, that's what we should have pulled out, our favorite educational quote.
Yeah, we do. We do try to, like,
Because I
Every
think yours
episode.
might be the stethoscope.
we do try to learn our listener about stuff every episode, right, Karen?
We do like to drop some knowledge, yes. Usually once or twice in an episode, I try to throw something out there.
Yes, about the beatnik
Science.
generation or science or, whatever.
It's usually science or any final thoughts about the last 52 weeks.
No, it's been fun. I'll say that. I wouldn't keep doing it if it wasn't fun. I should note that, episode 52 isn't really, episode 53 should really be the 1 year, right?
There's the IT guy coming out.
Because
The OCD.
our first episode came out the week of Walpurgisnacht, Karen.
Well, of course it
Remember?
did. Yes, absolutely.
Remember Walpurgisnacht 2021, which is halfway to Halloween for those who don't know. And Walpurgisnacht is actually next week after this episode goes live. So I think in the future, our anniversary shows should be the week of Walpurgisnacht, no matter what number they are.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, at least one, we're going to do at least one more year before
Oh.
we reevaluate, right?
Well, thank you for being so agreeable, Karen.
That's what Karens do.
Is it? Is it really?
I don't think so.
No, it's not.
I don't think that's what we're known for.
But you're not the prototypical Karen, are you, Karen?
Well, I need to up my game, that's for sure. So I'd just like to say before we go, I mean, we have a little kind of housekeeping to do at the end, but if anyone out there has a favorite movie that we've done, I'd love to hear it. And you can email us at info@scaryspirits.com, or a favorite drink. I'd like to know if anything resonated with you out there. Give us an email and let us know.
Yes, that would be awesome, Karen.
And tell us who you like better. Karen or Greg.
Or Greg or Karen. Whichever.
You know, you do you, but it's definitely
but,
Karen. Or if you have a movie suggestion you'd like us to
favorite.
do. No, you don't. Well, no, you don't.
You can love
But
us
if you
both
have a
equally.
movie you'd like us to do or a drink you'd like us to try, we're totally open to that. And if you want to drop us a line, info@scaryspirits.com.
Yes. Shoot us an email. I would love that.
And you can find us on all the social media platforms and at scaryspirits.com. It's Scary Spirits Podcast on social media, YouTube.
Yes.
Every week, Greg makes the drink on the YouTube channel.
There will not be a drink on this episode, though.
No, this is a choose your own. Is there anyone you'd like to thank, Greg?
Karen, I do need to thank the band Verse 13, which we haven't mentioned yet. But Verse 13 provides all of the music on the Scary Spirits podcast.
The music does make the podcast better.
Yes. And I'm very happy they were kind enough to allow us to use their music when I asked their permission. So
It's good stuff. What's their website? Is it in the show notes?
It is in the show notes.
Okay.
They have a Bandcamp page you should check out.
Awesome.
It's in the notes.
I'm just going to thank everyone who listens. We really appreciate you spending time with us.
Yeah, thank you. If you're hearing this at this point, thank you, because you've listened to almost the whole thing.
I know, that's impressive. You didn't give up.
But apparently 85% of our audience does.
Give up or listen to the end?
Listen to the end, Karen.
Oh, okay.
That's what the statistics tell me anyway.
Well, that's awesome. Well, we appreciate you spending time with us. As I said.
Next episode, we're back to our normal routine.
Yes, we do. We go back to movies.
I believe it's your choice.
It is.
And what are we watching next week, Karen?
We're watching Dracula's Daughter.
Dracula's Daughter. What year is that from?
I don't know. I was just thinking. I don't have it written down.
The 30s, right? The 30s one? Is that the one you're doing?
Yeah. Let's see. We're going to do the 1936 film, Dracula's Daughter.
1936.
Produced by Universal Films.
Yes, it was actually a sequel to Dracula.
It is.
The direct sequel. Do we have a cocktail, Karen?
We do.
Ooh, do tell.
It's called the Excellent Eyelashes Cocktail.
Are you kidding?
Nope. You'll understand when you see the movie.
All right.
You're going to need bourbon, maraschino liqueur, ginger liqueur, lime juice, bitters, and ginger beer.
Ooh, sounds delicious.
We'll see.
Okay, cool.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us in this very special retrospective episode of the Scary Spirits podcast.
Yes, thank you. We really do appreciate you listening. Anything else, Karen?
Please drink responsibly.
Yes.
Hey, it's Karen, and I'm here to talk to you about getting social with us. Did you know you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Scary Spirits Podcast? Or check out our website, scaryspirits.com. If you have something to say, email us at info@scaryspirits.com. And as always, thanks so much for listening. Please drink responsibly.